Mamunia ba Helena Wachibonso. Ahaye Ashanti Prime TV. Edi juma die stronko bi ebremo eye apomodin enkomo. Eye wa pomodin, ma pomodin ye nyina ya pomodin enti. Ede na ya wadwendwene enti wontime na. De na ya kwankro enti wosumye kra wontime enna so yi. Kai say many a doctor for ekokodam, any a nurses for. Wona wo hwe ani, wona wo hwe aso. Osha sin efiri wutiri so ekosi wo nase na bibia e ha we fa apomodin sem ye betina se ne apensem mu ama wate ase na kai ho no se eye memene da nwumrebre a efiri no nsia ekosi no nso empa mu every Saturday from 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Eka se apomodin koma no waje so say ma pomodin enti aha ye Ashanti Prime TV na ani se Ashanti Prime TV di aha na no krewo
Ashanti Prime TV enam tie ni mu no boy magimedwa ye duru ha se dia na ye nsem akese nko a se wo pe nsem no kore atie ana wo pa asem papa a wo Ashanti mem Ghana mem be bia wiase be bia atie dia hwe Ashanti Prime TV ho ne no kore no ewo me see Ashanti Prime TV so pe o tie news pa ana wo pe be bia asem a ye ka no unko so bi na opa no kure wo mu a hwe Ashanti Prime TV no kure no ahanko ana wo
Oni Solomon Opokunie ye fra dwuma ba fie de ne be TV a obeka nsem papa akire yen na oba mi yehunu no papa ekoso ewo wiase tese pe TV papa ne tie sempa ewo kure yimu dia ye fanto ba biase Ashanti Prime TV. Ewana mehwele de bia it is for TV na to Ashanti Prime TV. Keep watching Ashanti Prime TV. We love you all. God bless you.
Ashanti Prime TV. Aha, ena no kware ne wo.
Yedi nkomo ewo ya fiefiem. Nkwankwan ni ase. Ye dem ene empo yesukum. San komodie we ne yede ba TV so. Na ya ba bedi nkomo. Twhwe we any direction bia. Eye nkomo na yedi. Asem ana yeka ye ekoso ewa abrabom ebeka politics kakra ebeka religion kakra ebeka entertainment kakra any dey akanyina e wose ye so ye nyumtuni so wo talent bi a ye be from na ye tumi any wedding komo ne so e dey aka ho jumadi ye a me bo ho da ru akire we the pot show a social discussion aye babehwe nia ya tackle societal problems challenges nipa ewo masitinem. What show is a public discussion space social challenges, a platform that gives voices to everyone. I mean everyone, right? Na yendi eni din komo na sasa shen bia Martin din wachiku ho no eho bebusa won sama wani na so say bebusa eho ana be expose eho ana be tere say wachiku ho enti kame ho na hwe me solo base na ndi jumadi we efia da bia 5 p.m. Ashanti Prime TV. Ashanti Prime TV. Aha na nakware no wo. The post show me no mi no nkomodi. Bedasi.
Asante eyomai ne senti na Ashanti Prime TV ediju media waso sonko bi ebaso ne atone din say Spotlight Hub any trending issue eyame mosonfo Genial Diamond enam diju media ebasomo ejada bia ene wokuada bia 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. na jumedia shisha subutu so ye up and coming musician, actor, actress, empo social media influencer de ohiane se obefa number na echego screen na se no friend na ni endin sa wosoi na be yedache enstroma Spotlight Hub jumedia yisudie serious interview na se ehemu mpo a obetu Ashanti Prime TV. Aha, ena ne kre no. Ewo.
Action media audition ye audition kesiye bi ewo action media ye de series kesiye pa obi anfa ne hunyim wo ye panyino wo ye akwada o emrante ne maba ni nyina ye hia obi bia action media ye series kesiye ade abegu Ashanti TV so obi amfa ne hunyim boy mi gina mu bi obi amfa ne hunyim frɛ number na ye twa agu ate no me see frɛ number no thank you.
Ashanti Prime TV. Aha, and I'm not.
Hello, lovely people. Ashafoni Adofunum. Mamuni aba Helena Wachibonso. Aha ye Ashanti Prime TV. Ede dwumadi esronko bi ebremo eye apomodin enkomo. Eye wa pomodin, ma pomodin ye nyina ya pomodin enti. Ede na ya wadwendwene enti wontime na. De na ya kwankro enti wosumye kra wontime enna sui. Kai say me a doctor for ekokodam any nurses for. Wona wo hwe ani, wona wo hwe aso. Osha sin efiri wutiri so ekosi wo nase na bibia ha we fa apomodin sem no ye betina se ne apensem mu ama wate ase na kan hu no se eye memene da nyumrebre a efiri no nsia ekosi no nso empa mu every Saturday from 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Eka se apomodin koma no waje so say ma apomodin enti aha ye Ashanti Prime TV na ani se Ashanti Prime TV die aha na no krewo.
Ashanti Prime TV and I'm telling you no boy magimedwa ye do ha say to dia na ye nsem akese nko a se wo pe nsem no kore atie ana wo pasem papa I wo Ashanti mem Ghana mem be bia wiase be bia atie dia hwe Ashanti Prime TV ho na no kore no ewo me see Ashanti Prime TV so pe so tie news pa ana wo pe be bia asem ma ye ka no unko bi so bi na ope no kure wo mu a hwe Ashanti Prime TV no kure no ahanko ana wo
Oni Solomon Opokunie ye fra dwuma ba fie de ne bepe TV a obeka nsem papa a kire yen no oba me yehunu no papa ekoso ewo wiase tisi ye pe TV papa ne tie nsem pa ewo kure yimu dia ye fanto ba biase Ashanti Prime TV. Ewana mehwele de bia entizo Fao TV neto Ashanti Prime TV. Keep watching Ashanti Prime TV. We love you all. God bless you.
Ashanti Prime TV. Aha, and I'm not carrying the wall.
Yedi nkomo ewo ya fiefiem nkwankwan ni ase ye dem ene empo yesukum saa nkomodie we ne yede ba TV so na ya ba bedi nkomo twhwe we eni direction bia eye nkomo na yedi asem anayeka ye ekoso ewa abrabom ebeka politics kakra ebeka religion kakra ebeka entertainment kakra ene de aka nyina e wose ye sa wo yanyum tuni sa wo talent bi a ye be from na ye tumi ene wadi nkomo ne so e de aka ho dwumadie ye a me bo ho da ru akyerewe e the pod show a social discussion ya babehwe nia ya tackle societal problems challenges nipa ewo masitinem. What show is a public discussion space social challenges, a platform that gives voices to everyone. I mean everyone, right? Na yendi ani din komo
ando okasa yana okasa yebeda aso nti yebeda aso baby o okasa ama ha Nonsia avoga na de shemi mo bibiara achi ni mo makwaba kese ediaba Ashanti Prime TV so e ma so sense ma yensa kan de wo man Ghana na afin so bi man so ye de ba besomo don hwere di enimi se Kasiebo na nsema ye de ba besomo no pay edos ne obetie bi enwie ene Ghana man pani His Excellency John Dramani Mahama oba be piemu e wa Asante Mantam
saa so ena na otwe wie yo so afo a we nkan ya hosem so e bo modi be piemu e wo Asante Mantam
Mashibejani edema efutu abaton pesia so eyonmunyamfo eye Alexander Fenyoma ken ono so akasa
saa so ena Asante Mantam so afo Dr. Franka Makwene so na otwe yo no so de nsen do no atubia
ensem we ne ensem awdo pie kan wona donshu a edi eni ye de ba besom mo se prime na pa no nsia kase ye hye ne nsoma me se kase yi abe fontenten afidie so nye na obenya bi a share Facebook Ashanti Prime TV, YouTube Ashanti Prime TV na TikTok and say Ashanti Prime TV share no comment or like it na wa share e de amaye
saa so na Kasiebo ya oda na ya aboafo bi na omo so ya sene e ba ye de Kasiebo no e ba be so ma aboafo ni bi ni POG band omo de band na e di djuma e say to djuma di a wudi na ho behia so behia band wa ase no bo mo de ansa odi woni be pie mu e wo ye ni aka che di djuma e wo kuma se e ya hinsan estate to between so afre ye it was 0248400056 and I said 0594615325 after so POG more ono so e boy e chidom ene okomo ahodo no anemo mo ye ho no na se nemo mo di mudwuma no we piem e wo POG more yenso yakache a ye woni na bi e wo ye di adwuma e wo Asante Mampom woni aso ko piem e wo na afa ye ntimi ene wo ending sa so afa achi media ono so ya ade a oboy e chidom a enya asenketo a achem sei opese ugidin e wo sinetwamu ene esine ni nua ba no papa ye gina hanu ma ya no katika so o yese yenso a omode afo wani be pie mu e wo achin media ono so di djuma e wo kuma se e ya hinsan estate obetimi afre no e wo 0538982898 kan kuma eto yensan se kuma bi e na achin media de ye beje afre ya nche bia ye de no audition no be hye so e ya no omode na afre wa pick forms ni ni so etima bo no ni so ade mu no e wo nipa mu kasa no etiri akoyi e de ama
don shriba ko a edi enimi de ye ne de kase e ba besom wona ye me Miss Nafsat minimi nuaba
ajoa dempo
ye che hotel abasisia Wesa so amu akwaba ejiaba Ashanti Prime TV so afi kame ho na ensem no ye pensem mu ene Ghana mampanyi His Excellency John Dramani Mahama oba be pie mu e wa Asante Mantam na wo twetwe mu awie ye de no ne mpanimfo nyina e wo hanum se botaye enyina ne se wo de aso e be ball form se eye Green City eye housing project no ye nhwe ne ye nhya se de be ye kumase adehia Asante Mantam
become more pronounced and demands clarity of purpose and decisive action to resolve. Our national housing deficit is now estimated at over 1.5 million units. This reflects years of supply failing supply short of demand, rising land values, escalating construction costs, and limited access to long-term financing have placed ownership beyond the reach of many Ghanaians. The result is clear. Informal settlements continue to expand, slums, and too many of our people are living in substandard conditions. This pressure is intensified by the rapid urbanization currently taking place in our country. Today, more than half of the population of Ghana lives in urban areas, and projections indicate that this could rise to about 70% of our population living in urban areas by the year 2050. Cities such as Accra, Kumasi, and Takoradi will continue to grow rapidly and will be swamped by the migration from other parts of the country. If we do not therefore act urgently and at scale, tomorrow's housing crisis will far exceed what we're experiencing today. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, government's reset agenda is not just a slogan. It is a commitment to rethink how we deliver housing, infrastructure, and opportunity for our people. At the heart of this vision is a simple yet powerful belief that decent housing is not a privilege for a few, but it is a right for all our people. Access to housing improves public health. It strengthens educational outcomes. It boosts productivity and stabilizes communities. A nation that is seeking development must house its people with dignity. We're therefore implementing a comprehensive housing agenda that addresses supply, improves affordability, strengthens tenant protection, and reforms housing finance to reflect the real.
Now, every year, and our Swafwa or Ray and Kanya answer, which are honorable, a year joined in a problem where they pay or Santamantan, or what say. And if it is Sunday, I could see July was many more dear. And the Kanya, near Mommy Juma, Ewan Kanya, so and Michelle Kono, and the almost transformers who draw any wires me. Near my boy, Juma, Ewan Suyan, or more than some best in us, and the Kanya wants to meet me, I could hear was Santamantan in Ghana.
For receiving us and accompanying us throughout. He's been with me since morning. It tells me that this region is blessed to have young, dynamic, hard-working, visionary regional minister. We'll continue to work with you. Last year, I was here with you, and I remember we commissioned the bulk supply line. I do remember that I was here again in the night, went to inspect the AXA plant, and last year we had a relatively stable supply of power. But as you can see, like regional minister said, Kumasi is a heartbeat of economic activity. And so there's a surge in demand. Demand is increasing. Whilst we're doing that, we also needed to take time to take stock of the challenges. We have a firm understanding of the problems within the energy sector. And so we are taking several efforts, several interventions. In fact, just as I was standing here, I counted about 7 different interventions that we are simultaneously taking. We're upgrading these transformers here. Gridco has just brought a very big transformer. You saw it. We're doing the line which Avensis is working on. We're doing another line to the airport area. We are working on Senate plant. We are working on Access combined cycle to bring the steam unit on. We are intervening with about 300 transformers immediately, after which we'll go to the second phase and take it to 700. Gridco itself in July would undertake a major upgrade of their line to ensure that there's system reliability, there's improvement in the service, and that we ensure that we deliver power to almost everywhere in the country and every part of the country, with emphasis on Kumasi and Ashanti region. I see Kumasi as our stronghold, and President Mahama has directed that we do everything we can to address every challenge in Kumasi, Ashanti region. We are also working in Volta region. We're going to construct a line from Ho to Asiepe, and then take off Ho from the line, so the Ho gets a dedicated feeder, which will also boost the capacity of all the other towns on the Eastern Corridor. Somewhere next week, we would be visiting Western region as well, the Mpoho areas. Yes, we are supposed to install about 18 transformers. And so let me thank all of you and to appeal to the people of Kumasi that as we go through this phase, please bear with us. Occasionally, we may have to switch some plans off or some gadgets off in order to enable the men on the field to work. From what I...
NSO PMO Mrashibijefia, Edon Kuma, Ewono Momobano, then you will not call Nasaye, Mashibejani edema efutu abato mpesua so eyo nmonyamfo eye Alexander Afenyo Markin. Nene wakwa akohia eye koku akuafo ewo na abato mpesua so no wokasa ede ato abontene se akuafo ene ne beye adwuna eye ade aban oba ye wadada wo mu yie pa isan se eye afe 2024 ebra na amanyoku bia ede wona no disem etu eja se de beye Ghana ebeto aba ede amom na ban ne kan bibi se oba eyokoku na nkaida 3005 no obepushi kra de akwa kodu 1 tokra na nye 6000 cedis na se wuntumi ntubu ma ye si den na osan so bete de abandada no ede ma ye do esu nti obesre se His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ene NDC amanyoko ni nyina omunhu se eye omu free aban mu a omunya ade papa bi a eye Ghana ebetumi ede akai omo ne nkoba se NDC free aban mu bi ana ne mabone ene ede kai omo
that they were going to increase the price per bag to 6,500. They came into office, they increased it to just 3,500. From the 3,100 they came to meet. And later, shockingly, without any sympathy and empathy, without any care, they reduced the farm gate price per bag to 2,500. From the farmers themselves, they have been hugely affected by this reduction. Our job as minority is to elevate the advocacy in Parliament when we resume, to draw government's attention to this unfortunate situation and push for a reversal of that reduction so that at least they increase it back to the 3,500, if not more. But as it is, they have really impoverished our cocoa farmers. It's not only cocoa. Rice farmers are suffering, maize farmers are suffering. Today, Ghana, importation of rice is cheaper than locally produced rice. Our farmers are suffering, nobody seems to care. Rather, it appears that government is promoting galamsey through Gold Board. They promised to do away with galamsey, but it appears that they are more interested in Gold Board, encouraging more and more of our youth into getting into galamsey so that they can get a gold, as it were, to stabilize the city.
Let's say, cocoa share the our program, 1,000 tons. And I'm saying, cocoa, our handy. Yes, Sanya, Honorable yes, you should talk, Munina Murchi. One day, I'm not sure around the Obra, no NPP, one sound rubber. No, I am a young one.
Abanyo Titi, or better, cocoa now, I want 25,800 no, or better, or 90 view. Nate, I am Patia, a Kesadia, Ghana, if we are for the better in the people for power, and they are changing the bank. And I know for says, I'm a buy, who could not swam, me find because me pack but the folk media, because so we discount the better.
Awie na osoafo a ɔhwɛ yɛn kan ya ho nsɛm an bepie mu ɛwɔ asantemante mu ɛyɛ ade sɛ na asantemante nsoafo ɛyɛ Dr. Franka Makohene na ɔwɔ bi na owie na ɔno so de nsɛm bi ɛto dwa na wɔtwe sɛ ɛne adwempa a ɛyɛ honorable ɛyɛ John Jinapɔ ya ɔno ɛna yɛ kan ya ho nsɛm ɛde ato dwa so bɛsɛ sa ɛne ahoma hodom bi dwuma ɛwɔ Briko no na aboama ɛne bepie mu ɛwɔ asantemante mu ɛkan ya ho nsɛm ɛtini ɛsibran no ɔda na si yi pa sɛ ɛna Dr. Echi mu ɛde fae
at each other in terms of having to coordinate and try to get these installations done to be able to help the region. Admittedly, the region is growing in terms of population, in terms of demand on electricity. Every household depends on electricity. And also, you've helped us with a lot of rural electrification. As we extend it into the rural communities, it will mean that we need to increase our capacity in terms of generation and then transmission. So thanks for your keen attention to us. And equally, the region is industrializing. So most definitely, the demand will go up. So we are thankful for the key investments you are channeling and also championing for the region. Last week, we received the transformers that have been installed, and we made sure that the necessary security arrangements are provided so that we don't get them damaged or any stories to be told after that. And we want to thank ECG, Gridco, and Netco and the other power sector players for their hard work on sale. I want to assure you that as head of RECSEC, and most definitely the frontline bullet receiver, anytime it goes off, they attack here before they even remember that I have a sector minister. We want to assure you that you have our support and you have our backing in making sure that we provide supply of electricity to our members and our people seamlessly. Again, we appreciate the upgrades that need to go on in July. We have World Cup coming, so most definitely after World Cup, we would have to do a lot of community sensitization. We had a similar thing with Ghana Water, which we had to do some months of sensitization, and they agreed, and they were all in anticipation that, okay, within this period, this is to help upgrade and make sure we have a better version of the supply. So after the World Cup in July, definitely we will come back and then make sure we do the community sensitization, engage with them and let them know that as the city or the region is expanding, we need to make sure these equipments or these installations are put to use. Because if you have brought them as it is, and we've not been able to get that period to install them, you wouldn't reap the benefit of sale. So once again, I want to thank you on behalf of the good people of Ashanti region for coming down and coming to see the work that is ongoing, and also for your support to the region.
Adeshima Mbaya ntua nsem so ewo enkan pumpuni mante mu kopie mu ewo eye osu eye gbelemfo a enei eye aban anamusini a wo honom na afenso na nanom atena nkonwa ewo honom ate won hu egu abonse ne so se biaya yaka to honom se eho eye oman no asase ne ho na adehie binom ankasa esi won fie ewo honom nti wokọ hokobo won kokosi wonye krado se emere so a edan ya wasiesi honom no behwe no adwiri ni nyina egu
heni wonye mekomeyo ehi ni noche hu ye shipon he to bo ni woni kin ewie lele wonye minu njatoe ekamla lo ntuni ni wolo ye na ekweno na ekatuni wo kelefe enasanigba nyeba na akashin ana awi akashin wo ba ha mekumashika ta flat aka ye foye aka gadangwe bi hu wo le akashin bebi ka kumomani aha menoko eji aka asusu aka he no yo esa no hin ojeme shene wonye wo ha me baba o mo fe mo na 4000 ehwe meto ha ni wonye ko wo ha me mi wie nani mo fe mo ana ale ni me ne hwe watashin wo susu he ame oha wo ba sa wo ka meshika ha me ni wo ye he mo kere liake me bi ka me nto lo lenyumo wo na me ke ya ka ke ha me ame fe ame ba fa me nani but na fe ni 20 jole ke he jole aba aha wo fe.
The police have complained about illegal use of drugs and this place hoarding miscreants and criminals, and the fact that the place had to be demolished. More importantly, it is a state land, so no individual can lay claim to it. I'm happy the chief in charge of the place is also here, who is the Alata.
I believe that in any community where any job is to be done, of course, there has to be stakeholder engagement. I think you've made it very clear that this is state land and there's an exercise ongoing. I think we saw what happened in La, and we're hoping that you can actually embark on an exercise that takes into account the vulnerable in the area, that a fund will be set aside for supporting those who need to be relocated. But I think it's also an important message that we need to all take notice of in terms of how settlements and encroachment occur on state lands, because one can never predict at which point the state will lay claim to the land that settlements have occurred under. So I suppose I'd also use this opportunity to also speak to the various assemblies across the country. When there's encroachment occurring on state lands, please take note and make sure that the regulations and the rules are abided by, because then you prevent the situation where people have settled into a community and now they're being uprooted. And for some people, they were not aware about the land ownership. So I think that in future there has to be more citizen engagement with regards to state lands and what the rules and regulations are regarding how people start to build on land whenever they find land, because no land is no man's land.
So and an outry so a game pad a test con. adeɛ sɛ ɔmo bɔ mmɔden a ɛde ɛyɛ health work ɛhyɛ so ɛno ɛna na ɔmo kyerɛ sɛ ɔmo talenti a ɔmo de ɛyɛ saa health work ɛhyɛ so sɛ ɔmo boa na afei ɛyɛ nubɔnyɛ ɛmabu no etu agu so ɛna danda ɔmo no yɛtumi ɛsi ano san sɛ yɛade a ɛmoa
system ni mu yɛ hye nanso megidi sɛ nneɛma a ɛha mmeranteɛ ne mmabaawa ɛyɛ pii the heart of it ɛyɛ adwumasɛm and secondly a lack of opportunities are omunya emra ye na ye wasa ahunyenyen mu yesire nyankopon so say eye awofo a teacher for imam for any asofo ye na ye important stakeholders and the political parties in helping to fight against the drug abuse enunti me mebo ma so say ade aye kra ye ntimi nya ho work mo aye waso west to go any game parties go mo timi edukan o. Yes, also let it begin that journey towards 2028. Now constituencies now to yes you be seen from her. I was so West Ogun is winnable in 2028.
What she say on my youth and they abusing drugs. It's not their fault. Sebio ejumeni ho. Or here baby I would say ni obeshe ni obedi ni obenom. Of course, say no medro ni rebe fi ni how. But say no medro na edro ni titifi we ni so a what next? And peer pressure. And also so to me Emma Sebio youth no era eye drugs mu. And because I will not be happy say me who say me ba drugs. And the same thing I will not be happy to see the youth in this country on drugs. Because they are the future leaders. And that is why we are encouraging them to stay away from drugs. It's all about care. I say we show concern. I am Kofua or Fawomo. Wobanu wo dem not to all no kwa. I was say Utumi Bisano. Utumi Koniho, and in Kodium Komo. We should allow our children to be our friends. We should listen to them. We should not be chasing for money.
Ene uko piemu ewo eyela dade kotopon a eye abanyane musini a wo honom ene ono nso aten one ne mpanimfo ate won hu egu eye abontene so eye se eye big push project His Excellency John Dramani de ba ya eye ekwan siesie ewo mensini ahuduo no bebre na ya de a eyela dade kotopon so eye kwan siesie honom nti okoi so okwa ko hese de adwumadie no eko
members, only technical staff, your child, and Ayaba has a room, St. Paul's Junction, Olympia, area home. And no, I say, young time maybe more access into the to one among the MP, and I will not be and I will catch him for and measure my until another doom, until this week, when I went to say, site, until the catcher was in myself, they say, they put a Juma person. It's we are called expecting your man across the pharmacy. Labish is a very important road. Very important road, all the coastal areas. We are airport and now airport, a fat beach road. Now, send a night to me. So, to not the final area, which are visa into a mark traffic, background. Into you say we waste man hours into to Hana Mona Adam and assistant the president John Mahama Adam and then weapon number and we shall see if we bridge about junction La Palma in Herman and I'm not now so Adam when I Adam and then so almost it's a Monday and if we Olympia the two have Kingdom Bridge like hospital into big push projects into marriage when the friend Oswald investment contractor in Nakasa I see within 2 months on national money at certain points dual loan at certain points so a year to loan into where the same baby now amount for any for more using road or come out at na bi akwa ha ya ni se we kwa no we bi ade se we kwa no na so omo drivers amu speed we kwa ni se pa emepi no car abo ni pa wa ha na omo aso mo kwa na nti me be fa akonu so na pa na fo nyina
Masha bedwani edema eye do me kwa benya ene na anu ada ogbo modi akoko pie mu ewo eye East omo hospital ho ne odin kotuje egu fo no wo sa ban ene aka de omfo so modi na afi omo emeye omo akwan no emom sanse ya ade a emu akwa ene obetimi afafro ene mama akwan ho nsem enkoyi ntino eduwe na sa wo kana wo bakra na ho nsem etimi ayede nti wo sese omo hwe omo akwan ho nsem etimi enfama wo.
On the road to the East Hospital, we beg you. When there's some people on emergency, before they get to the hospital, they are even dead. I beg you, in the name of God. Honorable Minister for Roads, and the person is in charge of the construction. Please, I beg you, Oswald. We beg you in the name of God. The road is just deplorable. We beg you, come to our aid. Thank you so much. I know when you hear me, you can do it for me. Thank you so much. We are grateful. Thank you. Thank you. I beg you, whoever is listening to us, this is not political. It is about human. You never know who your relative will be, who the ambulance has. It brings with all the tubes and everywhere. That road is just not more trouble. I've been to the road minister, Honorable Governor Agboja. He told me that the person to construct this road is called Oswald Construction. I've been to him as well. And right now, whilst I was coming on this to this hospital, the people in my car, I kept lamenting. It is not the best. I beg you, for God's sake, whoever is listening to me and whoever has to make this happen, it's not the best. Now it is not a pothole, it's a manhole. I beg you, Oswald Construction, the Minister for Roads.
Ene ube piemu ewa Ashanti mantema eye National Road Safety Authority mpenimfo akasa edi ato abontene sese wo hye no waye entoto ho a eye afi 2025 eye ka akwanhia esiye eye bosume miensa na edi kan ka akwanhia esiye ewa Ashanti mantema asei no se eye afi 2026 enso bosume miensa na edi kan ye etwemu odi ye entoto ho na chese afi 2026 akosoro pa ne nyina ene eye vozika ababeka ho ni to besere se eye ahyenkafo no omuhu ne se mommo mfa nhye eye vozika isanse car no na wo control no onye car no ene e control nti obia enda ne ho so na ekwan so jojo wana se ekwan so kosekose dwumadi no mo nhye no mu ndi so kama
Data of road traffic crashes in Kosro Kakra. We share the first quarter 2026 year. In terms of fatalities, on my car bomb, 212 in the free moon. The total last year, 2025, first quarter, 194. Kosro Kakra. And our hair pedestrian knockdowns, and also was row. Nipa 158. And our car bomb. We compare last year, Nipa 118. It's generally no, who say pedestrian knockdowns here are handling our region. Program also addresses our pedestrian knockdown issues. You per se will be on ton or quantum point so. You better nipa be and as yente akwensiane so. It's a lot of sensitization.
Na said ye na yenwa da na ma ada and ye can say Mother's Day. Enti na midi kan fa akonya resu na enie oba bia wo say atwa de na so we obuso ni de. Na eche say ye da na ye bia na me fa akonya resu na me sure bia happy Mother's Day. Se nyankopon na nkoso a enhira oba bia na no nam so emma mrahye bedwani e di manhia so ebo modin aye party kakra bi e di ma omo ewo ne mpesua so na ni o kan hwan sempa e gidu omo eso ene na ya ade na ye kan sempa we ni yesese ene omo man hwan sei ene mbo modin na afi muntimi enye bi sanse we ne ma we ya na eboa e de se e sheti no before ne so afunu
Mama, emeya faso emamo. Eduaba na mutua na wonye monkora aboso menkron. Mo prayer no. Ebi kura mo papa ma hwe wo. Enna wa wotie hey ata please ensure me kasa mencha ba munya kasa. Wa wo ba abosome nkron ebi kure twa mo yam na wutie me no onyankope wanyira ne so na onfran hyira ne adom ne ahobambo soronko anto akora ne so na omre yemu no onhwe wo adibia yedua na fom ana nsuom ana adua so yede asɛ so etia wo bade enne bisi mi gyina nyame ani nyame so si bia yɛsɛ no abafra no na bra bo mesa me ne ho na kwaya mmra na woda ho no onto bibi dia me ka twa to ne sɛ wa monka mama siri mi wa o mari era
ene yenkopie mu ewo Bunu East eye atebubu kopie mu ewo hono ma eye Bunu East eye regional minister eyo Munyamfo Francis Owusu Enchi eno no nso afa do ye kwan so edi motorbikes akwa eye hospitals ahodoa ewo atebubu isanse wo hwa kopie mu ewo eye atebubu ankuro nketua bi ewo hono ma sebi eye o makobadie ho nsem no eha agene yie titiri wusi obi eho mfa no na se ewo se yede no ekwa ayaresabi nti wafa do ye kwan so edi motorbikes akwa eye ayaresabi an se de be ya ebeboa na obi odon so pese otumi eba ayaresabi hono no moto no etumi akofa no
nyina nipa na tete mu no ahwete na wo hwe health facilities distributions no so a wo be hu say facilities no be 80% of them e wo kwan ho nti problem ba ko eno no e de ba ne say omo atimamufo a omo ntimmen kwan ho no na access to healthcare ye problem amom nti say omo ntimi maka kwan ho easily no say yen ye wo means a ye betimi e de services no aben omo a by means of movement na ama adwuma no aye easy ama womo ama yen so nti one of our challenges are transportation issues banyame adom honorable minister ade a waya ama yen ebeboa ama yetimi abridge sa gap no kese another thing so bi ma eta higher drink kakra no retooling our facilities say nya equipment ene ne manema ye de be replace equipment say ye use a nyame ye adom na ye nya ne ye use kakra ego a ye replace no to da na ye den yetimi ye emu de ebembemben ye no because I have facilities na kese na ye chips compounds and health center inte ya na internally generated funds na nye se bio sika kese a ebitimi dia ye a lot of very intensive equipment buying into a young kitten we are not the modu kakra no then also I challenge kakra.
Most of the Jumano you receive support from national in terms of equipment. Because of your old structure and wiring, no structures equipment will be brave because of the power fluctuations that we have. And a lot of outreach programs, issues of vehicle, facility you need very good car you used to call out. This motorbike minister into the various sub-districts to offer them help here.
Kasiebo Mountain facility became the best performing facility in the region. Inti me mabe promise se onam se ba perform extremely. Inti member be motorbikes too. Inti nyankopon adom afeni nyame abie kwan a motorbikes me nsaka. Inti na me be se me ba be presentation e my facility.
Afe yentu akase no so ewo ashama idwemene jadi fo omo bo afu na wo twetwa mowie ye papa omo chemu a ene ensuo to a obepie ho be ya mu dwana a yade a ho nsem enkoyie kwakwa kan nam so e ma omo etrip ne disi ya ho na omo de tese disi ne nam se wa baba behwe saa omo hawa ekoso e obia ya omo dwana no na ene jadi fo me tese disi ne boa omma me ye ho bibia omo nya nkura se papa ye nya hwe na ode nam se
Sabi yenya enifrafu ni egu asama John waso ote ya ata ye hu ye ye ba ni to asama John no enye ni biye ye nyina ye de na ya asiama onu so wa asiama ye so wo ye wa asiama mi wa asiama John wa more than 30 years ni aha na mi ye adwuma bi bo mi bra on so atu ye out sabi man na ye gu John ye ni mfra ye a wa be ya ade ama ye nka so nye ma ye wojo amra no be yi na no yanyina ye mati so onu a ni obere wa shama ni se o si obebubu apata na wa si store sebi ta fresh stores kan ye nye
Adishima mba yentua ensem so ene mra shebejani edema Upper Denchira West eyon Munyamfo Amoakunjampa no afa adoye kwan so ama yenuan mo we senior high school a wo pepa se obeto aso no akwa akogentete yese akyerɛkyerɛfoɔ na afenso anesefoɔ no wayimu eye adwenu miensa eye 53 afa adoye kwan so di sika puduo ama won so obia emwa no san so tu omo fo se mante wa no hwe bi anim a omo se omo pebe ti twapa na wo de edi sika na ma no kone fa ko twa bet na se ji wa wia no abegina ka se abatu empesu akora wo no MP wo honom embo no de waye eye ni nyame so adwuma ato omo so se sika na ye de ama omo no omo be hwe no me using wo nyansem
se wo de kokoye bibi foforo na se purpose na eno de apply no wantumi a in fact what the district you humble what the me humble as a member of parliament esan say me wani daso e wo mu se wo mu na dachi nchirima no so be hwe wo mu so asua wo mu enti se ye boa wo bibisa se fako school fa support o kakra wo na fako na se wo de kokotwa bet na wantumi enwie school na wabo district no abro esan se sa sika no enka ibetumi de adwuma foforo bi e wo district ni mu ana ibetumi de aboa obi ufo enipa na ehia moa no edoso pa eyi eni wo mu nyina enti se wanya akwanya na wo de adom bi adom na wo sa aka bibi sa hu hia se wo de koye bet
nyame hia no ko school ko no enda for so be dedicated say be support in terms of education
good don't know about sepa wo emwa ode boy kwaya de panti ebe seni so nkoswa na onje oman
education no be support na yesu yetimenya graduate ana se yetimenya nkofo ewo nursing ni teaching ana mo so timawie university enti support na no pay ye receive yedanase one waya maye no because ye hia moa eno aboa ye enti de ka ne se nyame hira no na on to ne
Prime anopano nsia kase eno ani gusu a wo hwehwe ne so ma me se kase yi benya bi ahwe e wa be fontenten video so nyina Facebook Ashanti Prime TV, YouTube Ashanti Prime TV na TikTok and so Ashanti Prime TV wo hwa no comment wa like no wa share edi amame ento ansem ne so e wo bi man so ani nei okopie mu e wo France a empanimfo wo honom akwa akopie mu e wo Algeria ombotaye nyina ne se be America kranie asenkitan wudi eda monaman eye mienu entem no eso ayetru yie pa esan sementi me ho ase kakra aba manamai mienu entem ne so omo mpene sente omo ukọ no makohwe di yie atu yie se de be ya enkitan wudi a eda wo ntem no mbetumi asiesie na o masanso ahye mukina ede aka ho.
Tensions. France ambassador to Algeria, Stéphane Romatet, has now returned to Algiers after being recalled more than a year ago. His return comes alongside a visit by French Deputy Armed Forces Minister Alice Rufo, who traveled to Sétif for ceremonies marking the 1945 massacre of Algerians by French colonial troops. As an MP and chair of the France-Algerian Friendship Group, we came last year for the 8th May commemoration. This year, France is making a further step towards Algeria, since we are accompanying the minister delegate for the armed forces to take part in these commemorations. It is extremely important for France to acknowledge this massacre. It is very important in the context of what we all want, namely closer relations between France and Algeria. A calming of these relations is a first step and the rebuilding of sound, strong relations between France and Algeria. The visit is highly symbolic. It signals Paris' willingness to confront painful chapters of the past while trying to reopen an effective political dialogue with Algeria. Relations between the two countries have been strained since 2024, particularly after...
Southern Lebanon wo mo so na eni enam so amanye dodo na timi afamu ahwere wo mo nkwa
عم بيقولوا صليح كذابين. هول إسرائيل كذابة. إسرائيل كذابة، الأرض مش إلها.
Yɛntoa obi man so nsɛm ne so ɛwɔ Botswana na akɔpie mu ɛwɔ hɔnom a ɛyɛ nkane mampanyin na wɔ hɔnom ɛyɛ onumonyamfo ɛyɛ Festus ɛyɛ Mugai ɛne ne aba abɛso abontene sɛ wato anananom ɛwɔ nsiedo.
6. The presidency said on Friday. An economist who studied in Britain, he oversaw strong economic growth during his 2 5-year terms in office. The government declared 3 days of national mourning, with flags to be flown at half-mast. Mugai came to power as the country's 3rd president after Ketumi Lemasire stepped down, having previously served as his vice president. He was succeeded by Ian Khama in 2008, a former military chief and son of Botswana's first president. Mugai is credited with tackling HIV/AIDS openly at a time when Botswana faced one of the world's highest infection rates. In 2008, he won the prestigious Ibrahim Prize for his leadership in sustaining the country's stability and prosperity.
Yekopiemu ewo Iran ameche on bambu kwa mbo mbane ne penipa odo wana babonten edensem ababeto hi na ebe kaya na sentemu ne yade se omo eba beto dwa se on peso mo hwene ne ntokwa etimi akoso ewo Iran anyways e omo ntemu no penipa bebe na afi omo siesie ase be pepe ebetimi atonia esese to na so amae ne wo penipa babonten de sabe dwo se e wo mse ye pasum de den so ni obo no homode na obedi nsemu ewo yakache no ye mfa ne ho nchen.
روزم به دشمن هشدار میدیم که اگر مجددا دست به تجاوزی بزنن و مجددا دچار خطای محاسباتی بشوند که همطور که در گذشته شدن و الان دارن تاوان اون خطاهای گذشته رو در واقع تحمل میکنن و پس میدن، اگر مجددا دشمن دچار خطای محاسباتی بشه و دست به تجاوزی علیه کشور ما بزنه، حتما با گزینه‌های غافلگیر کننده دیگری مواجه خواهد شد. این گزینه‌ها علاوه بر اینکه اون عزم و اراده همکاران و همرزمان من در نیروهای مسلح هست، تجهیزات پیشرفته‌تر و جدید و شیوه‌های جدید جنگ و از همه شاید مهمتر عرصه‌های جدید جنگ خواهد بود. یعنی جنگ وارد عرصه های خواهد شد که دشمن پیش بینی نکرد، یعنی منبع کشورهایی که
Yantwa ensemble so ewo Sudan na Middle East intokoya emane homeneso ni edwen se nka Ghana nkoa na e affect e fango ehun nsem na nsu kopiemu ewo Sudan na ye de ekuafo ewo honom akasa omonzo ha onyina ne se eye ntokwa ama ne homeneso ama fango ho akwatwe nti fango bo ayedin se fango bo ayedin so je na untumi enkra eye fertilizer emfi obi man so emipiem ewo honom nti ama omudwumadie se ekuafo no ayedin ye di ama wo mo.
Due to the conflict in the Middle East, petrol prices have soared and fertilizer imports have been severely impacted, causing financial distress, reduced planting and raised concerns about increased food shortages. It's impacted anything that has to do with agriculture. Even the bread we eat, it's affected. There's nothing. Gas is now, it was £130 when I bought a can a week ago, and now I'm hearing it's £146. Now I'm just wondering, how will I get it? How will I work? How will I do? The market is the same, but there are no profits. We can produce, but there are no profits. Some farmers say their only solution is to plant less, while others say they're not planting at all. This is dangerous news for a country where over 3 years of civil war have left millions facing acute food insecurity. We're farming less. You just can't. We farmed half this land and left the other half. Why? Because there's no capital. We don't have enough to plant till the end. Half of it has not been planted. We planted only from here till the front. We're growing purslane, arugula, but the rest of it nothing. Petrol's become expensive, there's no salt, there are too many problems. And fertilizer imports have been severely impacted, causing financial distress, reduced planting and raised concerns about increased food shortages. It's impacted anything that has to do with agriculture. Even the bread we eat, it's affected. There's nothing. Gas is now, it was £130 when I bought a can a week ago, and now I'm hearing it's £146. Now I'm just wondering, how will I get it? How will I work? How will I do? The market is the same, but there are no profits. We can produce, but there are no profits. Some farmers say their only solution is to plant less, while others say they're not planting at all. This is dangerous news for a country where over 3 years of civil war have left millions facing acute food insecurity. We're farming less. You just can't. We farmed half this land and left the other half. Why? Because there's no capital. We don't have enough to plant till the end. Half of it has not been planted. We've planted only from here till the front. We're growing purslane, arugula, but the rest of it nothing. Petrol's become expensive, there's no salt, there are too many problems. Alassane returned to his farm 2 years after the war forced him to leave. But he says he and other farmers who work his land can't handle the increased costs without government support. We're growing onions, we've lessened the fertilizer dose.
Shannon Soma Mr. Kasiebo adio benye bia share Facebook Ashanti Prime TV, YouTube Ashanti Prime TV, and TikTok and say Ashanti Prime. See if you share no comment or like and watch share Eddie Amaye kama.
A face in the Kai was a Kasiebo soon above for me, and I almost a soya cinema de Kasiebo ever so above for Nibili POG band. Omudu Juma ewa Hinsan Estate. Omodi afọ when be PM e o maka na Ujumedi odi na emobenya so benya band wa ase no. Entimi emboa na entimi enkoyi enfamasa so e na POG mo na wono so e boy e chido nso bi Juma e wo ye mampon asante mampon. Sa so e na achi media na wono so e boy e chido mo a enye fede. Obetimi afa wo mambo mu din nyina 0538982898 maka sure say ha Ashanti Prime TV abin be ya promo ato we get one day the fabra na yintimi ebo mu de ru enfama e ba ni sika samu a kan akoma eto yen say kuma bi na ye beji wo
na ensema ye de be som mo se Kasiebo eye don hwere ba ku entemi ne do so ye ni edi makutin ni bi enie Ghana Mampenny His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ene obi pie mu e wa Asante Mantebu
sa so e na so afo a oda ye nkan ya wonsema no e ade se na wo twa ye ba pie mu e wo e ya Asante Mantebu
National Road Safety Authority in Pennyfo nso de afutu ekodema ahyenkafo wa Asante Mantebu
sa so e na Asante Mantebu so afo e Dr. Frank Makohene ono so akache o de nsemi bi etudwa
na Shannon so me say same way ne nsema wodo pie kan ye de besom wo se Prime anapa no nsia ekasie na ansa ne be sori Kasiebo yi esu anase be sori eye fidi kasie yi esu na ne ye hwe eyo onmunyamfo yi anemfo nyini eda eye afidi kasie yi esu a ai onmunyamfo Salifu Yakubu miame eye Miss Snapchat miame wofa ai menhia na nka menyemu di esesi ewi ase aye me ofa ene ewa woda mesre oba ade enhira edemaw me se da chi bia ne wiase ewie emfiri woda esanse se me hwe ne waya ama me ewa abrabo mu ane mani kra atete nyankopon enhiraw na wonto wonkwanem emfama se wo kitu bi a wo ma me bi ne rade ema wonya bebre se de be ya obema mie na aso eye afoforo enso eso nyankopon enhiraw no ntutu anamon ensi ye emfama happy birthday emfama I sign so ena malad ono nso eye Nigeria endrada eye Mother's Day meant to me and reshe malad nyankopon enhiraw se waye enapai ne ona wo mie ne nso watete me se ba nyankopon enhiraw me do bebre so ati ase adwa and so de o hwan fe
that's it konso hwan fe pa mami follow don't say no Mother's Day ye ntimi enya fidi kese bi an we she ya wo fo ntimi an mami ya intimacy me ma o eye happy Mother's Day pa say nyame enam so na wetimi an wo ye na it's my bedroom pempe
wa so na edin so be ne dey ai that's so na edin
anti Messi you know why
anti Messi kura no musa woni hweye isan so de waba ya se anti Messi nyankopon insha this mind ba hanum say ena brebe makwan me de kase ene nyena esie ye de besom wedi an je so ye me Miss now start mini aba.
Ajua Dimpo.
Ya kra obia.
Ashanti Prime TV. Aha and Anokwari.